Senator Roy Blunt, always a pleasure. Welcome back to the Big 550 KTRS.
Hey, McGraw, it's great to be with you, and what a good morning to be in St. Louis.
Sure, absolutely. Everybody all excited over that World Series party. Now, before we get...
I haven't seen any numbers on this yet, but has anybody ever scored this many runs in a postseason series of games? It seems to me it's really extraordinary. Maybe the Rangers. We'll see. It should be quite a series, but I'm glad to be with you.
Should be a whole lot of fun. You're in town. Interesting note. Tell us about this National Archives you were a part of.
Well, we opened the National Archives Center, it's really the Personnel Records Center here in St. Louis on Saturday. And Congressman Clay, Senator Bond were real advocates for this project. There was a time when we thought those 800-plus jobs and those records were going to go somewhere else, maybe in the caves over in Illinois, but that's a serious place where you actually could keep them.
Sure.
But there's a new facility. It's the personnel records for the federal government, just to give you an idea they gave me a copy of a record Saturday, as they did other people who were there. The copy of the record that's at the Record Center that I got was gunnery mate Clark Gable's discharge papers from the United States Army in World War II, signed by Captain Ronald Reagan.
How about that?
And anything that's there that's been there longer than 1949 is available to people to go and look at it. It goes after, what would that be, 60 years then a couple of years of getting it ready. It goes into the archives files, and so people can go and visit the Archive Center. They can look at those records. They can have access to people who served in the military for most of the post-Civil War history of the country, plus every federal employee that was a federal employee has their records there. And so it's an important facility. We use it all the time when there's a military burial and the family can't find the record, so that they can make the case quickly that their World War II veteran or somebody else deserves military honors, or certainly for some medals that should have been awarded that were awarded after a person is already gone, things like that. Our office, and I think the congressional offices as well, use that record center. It's a great staff out there, and we're lucky to have it right here in the middle of America, where people can get to it.
Senator Roy Blunt with Senator. There are some Democrats and some supporters of Democrats that are saying that the Republicans don't want to pass a jobs bill and are actually rooting for a bad economy, which will make it easier to beat Obama coming up in his election.
Well, of course they would say that. The Democrats passed a jobs bill. It was an $800 billion stimulus package, and today we owe somebody $800 billion that we didn't owe anybody in the world 3 years ago. For really virtually no impact. You can find a good thing here and there, but most of that money is just gone and didn't do what the president said it would do. This jobs package is just a mini son of stimulus. It's in my view not a jobs package. It won't do the job that needs to get done. If the president really wanted to encourage jobs, we'd have a moratorium on regulation. We'd stop talking about higher utility bills. We'd stop talking about unknown health care cost. And by the way, this walking away from the long-term health care part of the Obama health care plan was more significant than has been paid attention to. This was the part of the plan that was actually supposed to make the federal government money. This is where the plan makes money, doesn't cost money. They decided, just like everybody that looked at it that was knowledgeable said, it won't work, and so we're just not going to do the long-term health care portion, the $1 trillion part of that package that would have cost the federal government a lot of money and then wouldn't have worked.
What do you say to people, or the president, when he says that Republicans have supported these jobs bill ideas in the past?
Well, he might be able to find I don't even know what that means. Does that mean 2 Republicans 50 years ago were for it, or 5 years ago? Democrats opposed the president's job scare bill when it came to the floor of the Senate just last week. So the one thing I do know for sure is there's bipartisan opposition to the plan he has. And I don't think anybody that really has looked at this thinks it was a serious effort to get a jobs bill. It's an effort to begin to try to shift the blame for this economy from the President of the United States and his administration to somebody else. He wants to run against a Congress that didn't do something. And, of course, who could be against a jobs bill if that's the only thing you know about the jobs bill? But the jobs bill will not create jobs.
Speaking of bipartisanship, what's going on with this trade agreement? Both sides agreeing to this trade agreement. What's going on there?
Well, it's a good thing. I worked hard to get it done, and I worked with the White House to get it done. As a matter of fact, on the day after we passed the bill, the White House Chief of Staff called me and said, thanks for everything you did to make this these trade bills possible. My own leadership in the Senate had a different view of this than I did, and so I got, along with Senator Portman from Ohio, another 10 Republicans to sign a letter that said, look, we'll vote for a trade adjustment assistance. That's a spending package that helps people who lost a job because of trade. Now you have the 60 votes for that. You said that was the one reason you weren't sending these 3 job agreements up. So send them up, and the president did, and they're going to be a good thing for Missouri. In our state, exports have increased 3 times faster than the economy of Missouri since 2002, and export jobs have increased 3 times faster. Agriculture really benefits from this. And so do manufactured products.
Something must be wrong with our connection. I thought you said that you were working with the White House on this.
I did.
How about that, huh?
And in fact, if you call the White House Chief of Staff, he'd tell you that we worked closely on this. So, I'm looking for, and I told him again on Friday, look, I can't be with the president when I just simply don't agree, but I want to be helpful to get the economy going, to get the country doing what it needs to be doing, to get private sector jobs created. This would do it. Senator Klobuchar, a Democrat from Minnesota, and I have a bill that would make it easier for foreign travelers to get visas, another place where you can create jobs. Foreign travelers stay longer, spend more, and when they leave, they like us better than they did before they came. So it's a big win for us if we can do things like the trade bill, the visa bill, to get money back that corporations have stranded in other countries where they made it, so they'll invest it here. All those things, along with more American energy, can produce American jobs.
Senator Roy Blunt, safe travels, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great to talk to you.